Project 2.8, the RPN Calculator. This is the ACES RPN Calculator PCB, the complete build, if you will. RPN stands for Reverse Polish Notation, and it is also known as postfix. Postfix is a kind of mathematical notation where the operators come after the operands. It's a little bit different from the system that's most commonly used and most commonly known, which is known as infix, where the operators come between the operands. So a simple operation like 9 minus 6, where you see the operators in between. In postfix, it looks like 9, and then a 6, and then the operator comes after. Same result, but a little bit different getting there. Now that was a pretty easy operation, and so let's use some decimals. So we'll go 10, push that in, and then let's try 6.28. Push it in, and let's see division, and we get 1.5924, which is the correct division result. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves in the operations, let's look at how the PCB actually works. So first, there is the LCD screen here. It's the Adafruit 16:2 LCD. It's controlled, at least the brightness is, with this potentiometer. You can see all the way up there and back down. Data is being transmitted to it with this microcontroller, the Arduino Nano, and it is receiving information from the one-wire keypad. Now it's called one wire because all of these resistors are kind of chained together. So there's the 4.7Ks here and the 4.1Ks, and these resistors, as I said, are kind of chained together so that each individual button has a unique resistance value. Finally, there is the the button on the microcontroller, not the LED, and this button is used to reset the screen and the stack. So we can see it shows up, RPN Calculator ready to use, and then as well it clears the stack. So when earlier we pushed in 9 and 6 and 10 and 6.28, it was filling up the stack, and so it needs to be cleared every once in a while. So let's look at some more complex operations. So far, we've only used 2 operands and 1 operator, but we can do something different. So we can do 4 times 5 minus 7 plus 2, which in postfix looks like pushing in a 4, then a 5, then a 7, and then a 2, and then we have our operators in the end. So first you go to the plus, then the minus, and then finally the multiplication. And we get our result of -16. We can also try with 2 terms in brackets, so we can do 5 plus 7 times 6 minus 2, looking at order of operations. And in postfix, that looks like a 5, a 7, and then adding those together, because they're in the brackets. And then a 6 and a 2, and then subtracting those also because order of operations are in the brackets, and then we have our 2 results left, and we multiply that together to get our correct result of 48. And so as you can see, the kind of neat thing about postfix is that brackets aren't really needed because all the order operations is set up by where you place the operators between and after the operands. And then for the last example, let's try something really tricky, kind of combine the last 2. We'll do 4 plus 2 plus 3 times 5 minus 1. In postfix, that will look like 4 and the 2. Of course, order of operations here, we're going to add them together. Then the 3, the 5, and the 1. We're going to start by subtraction, because order of operations again. Then the multiplication to finish off that second bracket. And then combining the 2 terms, we have addition, which was just 6 plus 12. Or 6 12 plus, if you're in postfix. Finally, the calculator can handle erroneous inputs. So for example, if we put in here a multiplication sign without anything else in it, it'll say stack empty, and it'll not do anything. And then we can do operations as normal. That's all for this video. This is the ACES RPN Calculator. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.